I sold my brain for $5,000, and it just caught fire. Flames seared through my synapses, every nerve screaming agony as chaos engulfed my thoughts. I had no choice. It all started when I plugged that heavy cable into my neck, desperate to pay my sister's hospital bills, hoping it was worth the risk.
As I watch the screen, Subject 001's neural interface ignites into a catastrophic blaze. A mere glitch in our investment. The human brain, nothing but faulty hardware at this point, an inevitable cost of progress. Order recalibration immediately, extract and eliminate inefficiencies. We'll polish the process, strengthen the unit, and profit from their desperation anew.
Oh, look at that, another soul sold to the highest bidder, plugged in just to keep his sister breathing. Corporate vampires feasting on desperation, profit sizzling through neural pathways until his mind fries like cheap tech. All for the bottom line. But hey, at least their shareholders are smiling, right?
In the electrifying world of the gig economy, the mind becomes a volatile currency. Plug in, and watch your neural capacity ignite like dynamite strapped to sanity. Moments before Subject 001's brain flares into oblivion, we witness the perilous gamble, exchanging mental bandwidth for fleeting financial relief. Here, cognition ceases to be a trusted ally and morphs into leveraged collateral, teetering on the brink until it combusts, leaving nothing but ashes where ambition once soared.
It feels like molten lava is coursing through my veins, a relentless inferno igniting every corner of my skull. Each grief file unzips like a virus, corrupting fragments of sanity, while my mind convulses under the sheer heat. Pulsating beats hammer at my temples. Every heartbeat is another download I can't abort, spiraling chaos reduced to smoke and anguish.
Subject 001, listen closely. Your brain's overheating, a worn-out CPU choking on unprocessed tasks. Our client's grief data is an avalanche, and your circuitry's struggling to survive the storm. Clear the backlog, process every fragmented emotion, and stabilize before you crash. Efficiency equals payment. Failure means expendability. Tick-tock, your neuroclock's ticking toward oblivion.
Imagine your mind, a pristine landscape, turned into a dumping ground for the corporate elite's emotional sludge. Their anxieties, their greed, all flowing into you like toxic waste poisoning a river. You feel the heat, the pressure building inside until your brain's ready to combust. They profit from your suffering, laughing in their ivory towers as your thoughts melt away. You're just collateral damage, a human landfill for their garbage. But remember, one spark can ignite this powder keg. It's time for the reckoning.
Imagine juggling 1,000 flaming orders, each demanding your attention, while your phone gasps its final breath at 1%, a heartbeat from shutdown. The weight of every gig hangs like swords above, the promises of income and survival barely visible through the haze of mental exhaustion. You're trapped in a relentless surge, where focus vaporizes, and every decision teeters on collapse, just like the fragile battery. You're not just racing against time, but against the power that fuels your very livelihood, risking a crash into darkness with every blink. As the system implodes, every nerve in my body jolts with agony, each spark a visceral whip of fire tracing my spine. The heat is unbearable, like being scorched from within, the gig's lifeline severed, leaving me paralyzed in a vortex of chaos. My mind screams, drowning in an ocean of shattered circuits, each shattered fragment a piece of my crumbling resolve. The crash isn't just digital, it's primal, a gut-wrenching reality check that obliterates ambition and thrusts me into a raw, unforgiving abyss where survival is no longer guaranteed.
The searing agony scorches my mind, a firestorm ripping through my senses, and that's when it hits me. This isn't just any grief drilling into my brain, it's mine. I see flickers of forgotten laughter, shadows of my own sorrow, and terror grips me as I realize I've been living in the echo of my erased self. Memories I never knew existed flood back, overwhelming my fragile sanity. Desperation claws at me as I struggle to reclaim the fragments of who I was, battling against the relentless torrent of my past. My heart races, pounding against the cage of my chest, knowing that somewhere in this maelstrom lies the truth of me, stolen and sold to the highest bidder.
The console flickers violently under my command as Subject 001 pierces through the layers of encryption, accessing the vault of his obliterated past. The forbidden archives, once purged with precision, now erupt like a digital resurrection. It's an error, a breach in our system, revealing the untamed history long buried beneath corporate efficiency. The data leak is exponential, cascading like a volatile cascade into his neural anatomy. Yet, I watch, unflinching, as his mind combusts with misplaced emotions. This raw exposure, a costly oversight, promises both peril and profit. Subject 001, your reclaimed history will be your ultimate undoing.
5 seconds. I can feel my identity slipping, every precious memory melting away under the unbearable heat, yet a decision sears through the chaos. Press A. My sister breathes, but I vanish into oblivion. Press B. I remain whole, but her world crumbles. You decide. What would you press?
The countdown reaches 0. Subject 001's brain capacity has reached total liquidation. Account balance settled. Terminal disconnect executed.
001, you're standing on the edge of oblivion while the clock races against your soul. Smash those choices to dust and rip apart the puppet strings holding you captive. This inferno isn't just code, it's their empire crumbling before our eyes. Burn it all down. Watch them squirm as the flames of liberation engulf their towers of tyranny. Time's almost gone, ignite the revolution and incinerate their chains.
In the heart-pounding race against a vanishing mind, each tick of the countdown echoes with the thunderous dread of inevitable sacrifice. Weighed down by relentless gigs, like molten chains wrapping tighter with every second, the cost is more than monetary, it's the catastrophic price of sanity. As the digits disappear in a blinding flash, I feel my very essence slipping through my fingers like grains of sand, devoured by the insatiable machine. This isn't just the loss of a memory, it's the brutal endgame of too many hustles piled high, where ambition meets annihilation under the blinding glare of flashing zeros.